So, I know you guys are dying to talk about like a lot. So, what are the main things? What are the things that I want to talk about? Or rather, I want to start with is what we spoke about earlier, um, AI, right? AI. So, if you don't know what AI is, so basically, it's this advanced technology that's happening right now. I mean, we've always been
Artificial
advanced with the
intelligence.
technology. Artificial intelligence. Thank you. Yeah. So it's basically more advanced technology that does insanely incredible things. Just like with this cover, you did it with AI, right? So one of the things that was
For sure.
interesting for me with this AI thing, I know there's so many. I know that there's a lot that's happening right now. Like they do so many things, but one of the things that I found really interesting was the unfortunate situation with Ricky. So recently he dropped a song, and I had no idea, dog. Like I was so shocked when I listened to the song, and I'm like, how the hell is this possible? Like, this dude, he passed away last year, and this year there's a song, and he's literally rapping about that situation. You understand? And that's when somebody told me like, actually this is AI. So now with this thing, like it's crazy, bro. You can find like a Drake and Nasty C song, like you understand. So like I want to find out from you boys, like what you guys think about like this whole AI thing. Like, what's your take?
Uh, um, who wants to go first?
I think anyone can go first, but for me, I don't know, but I kind of have a question, right, for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you think when it comes to music, right? Do you think that
Mm-hmm.
AI is a good or a bad thing, right? Like maybe someone would say it is a bad thing, right? Why? Because sometimes remember that music is more like a job, right? We have to employ like human beings to go and record songs,
Yeah.
right? So if we like having like
Mm.
robots, rapping, what about the younger kid from the hood who wants to become a musician, right? Because the studios now are already filled with AIs. We don't need no more human beings. So for me, I think when I look at that, I think it's kind of like negative, right? But positive side, I don't have any, right? So anyone,
Oh, mm.
There's nothing
So
positive
okay,
about
I
it.
wanna, I wanna like, yeah, yeah. Can I say something? It's like, for
Yeah.
me, I believe it's like, yeah, it's not a good thing. Reason being, when it comes, I just wanna talk about music, y'all. One thing that I've learned, and by the way, on the intro, I forgot to tell you that I'm also a musician, and I'm okay, but okay, I just wanna say my point, When it comes to this
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
I won't say that it's not a good thing because you see this music thing, yeah, like how I see it, it's a calling in a way. It's something that's you got to have it in you. So if there's something that can just like take my originality, my authenticity, you see what I can do, and like maybe it can be done by a machine or a robot, and then it's no longer how it's supposed to be. And the other thing, when it comes to music itself nowadays, hey, okay, bro, like, okay, right now my point is not literally straight, it's just in my head. Can someone talk? Maybe I can come back and then
getting
I'm
your point, bro.
deliver it the way that I have
Yeah,
to.
me too. I
So,
get your
you know,
point. I get what you're saying.
I'm with
yeah,
you. I'm with
Mm.
you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with
You
you.
know, me, what I think about this is, of course,
Mm.
first to answer like Mapaga's question, what about the kid in the neighborhood? You
Lizzy.
know,
Okay, my bad. Let me
Yeah. Of course, it's Sleazy, aka.
yeah.
My
yeah.
part, yeah.
So, yeah. So to answer your
What?
question is like, yes, at the end of the day, the voices that are being used for these songs are from people who already exist. like Drake, like Lil Wayne or whatever. It's already people that are already there. So someone new will always be someone new, because maybe he'll be new, and then they
Not
will
gonna
use
be
him
the
as
same.
AI.
Not
But at the end of the day, if you're new, it means that your voice is not on AI yet. And I'm sure probably in the future there'll be laws that are prohibiting like people to use voices because it's still new. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, but
yeah.
maybe that's why it's still like this. But companies, labels are gonna get on top of it and make sure that you pay if you use a Drake voice or a Kendrick Lamar voice, because these artists are signed under them. Their voice is intellectual property for these labels, you know. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what I would say. But in terms of AI in general, it's good and bad. It can't be one side. I don't think it's one side. I think it's bad obviously because it's gonna like ruin stuff. There will nothing be natural anymore. Everything can be faked.
Yeah.
All of that side. But at the same time, you know, it can advance a lot of things. It can. For example, look at what we're doing right now. We here, we live, we have our own background dialogue. We could have paid for a graphic designer,
True.
somebody who's gonna
True.
all those things. So at the same time it's convenient. So I feel like it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah. But Mina, I
yeah,
wanna
but
go
the
back
music
to,
for me,
Mm,
yeah. That's right.
musically,
Yeah.
only musically, yeah, because remember that music is conscious, right? So
Yeah.
you write
mm,
about, maybe you write about your background, your feelings, underline that. You write about your feelings, right? So how am I going to relate to a robot?
Yeah.
How am I
That's a
going
very
to
good,
relate
that's a
to
good
a
point.
robot?
That's a good point. Yeah, but
Mm,
I think
because
also,
excuse me, sorry, Trick. Because the
yeah,
robots
yeah.
might rap about, I came from the hood, I'm hungry and stuff, wara wara. You've never been hungry in your life. I am hungry for real, right?
Robots
Someone
can't even
says,
Yeah.
I
breathe.
come from the wood, I'm hungry. You know that they've been hungry at some point, right? So
Yeah.
it like when uh I'm trying to it's fake, right? But at the same
Yeah.
time, it is legal fakeness, if there's such a word, legal fakeness,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's fake, but
Yeah.
it's out there, right? It's accepted. Yeah, it's fake. Why not? Uh,
And just to add,
yeah.
before we move on, Trigger, I'm sorry, I just want to
Yeah.
add this
mm,
because at the end of the day, it's not only music, Mapaga Comet. It's not only music. And I'm not sure if you know the show. It's a TV series called Black Mirror. You know, it's on
Mm.
Netflix. It's like a 6 5 episode series, and there's an episode there whereby there's this person living their life, and then they turn on Netflix, and when they're watching, they're almost like watching themselves, you know. So something that you were doing like an hour ago is already up on screen on TV. Every move you make, like now people like are almost like watching your life on the screen. And in a
Yeah.
way, I'm thinking that people like Kevin Hart, The Rocky, Keanu Reeves, Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, all these people, and even performances live, like all Caribbean stuff, they just put another person, whoever they are, and then when we see them, we see the person, like we see Leonardo DiCaprio, but at the same time, maybe Leonardo DiCaprio died a long time ago. But at the same time, now they can use those faces, and what we see on screen will be the face of that person, even though that person is no longer there. So, which is another problem
Mm.
for actors.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you guys
So
are
you say,
raising really, really important points regarding the Shanice. But
mm,
also, you said something very interesting, um, West, when you said Uguti, um, you know how it is. As a black person, you'll always say Uguti, Uguti, Uguti. So you're gonna have to understand that one. You're gonna have to understand
Yeah.
that one. So yeah, but you said something very important when you said that you
Yeah.
can we can be able to use AI and all that stuff, but you just cannot replace their voice. You can't replace the actual person. And yes, you already have the Drakes, you have the Kendrick Lamars, the Eminems, and all that stuff. But do you have the original voice, yeah, West? You understand? You don't have the voice, yeah, Dog SA. So if Dog SA blows up, he's something different. He's something new. You understand? They can use about Drake and duplicates and whatsoever, put him on this song and what blah blah blah. Even when he retires from rap and they still using vocals and but they can't use the Dog SA. They can't deny this is a new kid and this is the voice now. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I'm just going
Yeah.
back to what you said earlier. I would say you
Yeah.
can't really
100%.
yeah, so as much as you'd say that's the bad part of it, but also for the kid in the hood, he still has a chance to make it because we don't have your voice. So when you come through, you're bringing in something different. Your voice is different. Your flavor, whatever flavor that you're bringing into the game is different. So of course it will always be acceptable.
What you mean voice trick?
Like,
Hmm?
like, like right now, as much as we can say, we say, let's make it an example. Let's just say Dog SA, right? So he has people that he's drawing inspiration from. If we were to say he's inspired by Nasty C, he's inspired by Drake, right? So already the game has people like that. That already the game has people who has like who make that type of sound. But now, oh dog, when he comes through, he's bringing in something different. Like even if it's trap, just like everybody else, but it's a voice that's never been heard before, right? When Blackie, imagine like when Blackie came in, he came in with a voice that's never been heard before, right? Although we can say, oh, he raps like Nasty C or whatever, but he came with something different. So even if it Dog SA was to pop in right now, he would bring in something different, of which it would be acceptable. I feel like it will always be acceptable to get as a new kid. He's popping, blah 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 blah. You understand? So I don't feel like AI can replace the people who are existing, but it can't replace people who are new. That's what I'm just basically trying
Okay,
to say.
can I ask can I ask a question like yeah like as like based
Yeah.
on this AI thing. Let's say you're an artist. To is it possible that like let's say you're a recording artist, right? It's like is it possible for you to like let's say you behind that mic, maybe like you're still an upcoming artist. Is it possible for that artist to like about take their voice, but like but their voice doesn't be their voice, but maybe take whatever that they said and then they put and then they put like maybe like but tweak their own voice
I
to
think
sound
I hear
like
what you're saying.
somebody who's already there.
Yeah, so like as in
Anguza?
like
Mm.
as in so what you're trying to say is like
What I'm saying,
so
let's
yeah.
say, yeah,
Yeah, so like
can like,
so
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
Yes,
nah,
yes,
sorry,
No, like
sorry,
no,
we
sorry,
need
man.
more AI.
no. What I'm saying,
We
no.
need some
We need
we
AI
need more
right
AI.
now.
Yeah.
You know what
No,
I'm
it's
saying?
fine. No,
My question is like, can like, do you all understand my question?
Me,
Can
I
an
hear you
upcoming, not that
100% what you're saying.
does
yeah,
Me
the
too.
AI do
We
that?
hear, we hear your point. We hear your
yeah.
point.
So
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think we don't delay that's something that we would need to confirm with someone who's like has used this thing and is an expert to say,
Mm.
is it possible for me to just add my voice there and we can just create so many
And
verses
then
without me actually recording those verses? We could just like use the voice. Yeah, you can use my voice to do whatever. So I don't know if it's
I think
something
it's
that's possible.
possible. I
I
think
think it
it's
is. I
possible.
think it is.
cause
I think it is.
yeah, cause I've
It should
seen
be
like there's a
possible.
video that I've seen online. Yeah, because there's a video that I saw online whereby there was this nigga and he so sounded like Lil Babe. I don't know how it happened, but it wasn't Lil Baby, but that nigga sounded like Lil Babe. So yeah, well, it didn't make sense to me, yo. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really dope because now low key you wouldn't have to pay for features now, so you can just although
uh,
you
But still, you can't use the songs because
uh,
they're gonna sue you because they know
exactly
nothing about it.
yeah,
of course it'll come with
yeah, nah.
consequences. You know, it's yeah,
But
you're in
maybe you know
trouble.
what? Because some other like big artists, maybe they don't wanna like keep on recording. Maybe they can do it themselves and just go on AI. Like let's say maybe it's Taylor Swift. Maybe Taylor Swift is tired. Has been traveling around Europe and stuff, and then she's like, "Hey, you know what? Let me go to AI, type in Taylor Swift voice, and then boom, and then hey, I Spice, here's a verse." You know, but he didn't even make it.
But the problem is Taylor Swift uh, gotta love a job, right? I don't think she will want to cheat a job, right? I think she wanna
Yeah,
go right in front of the mic and record, right?
yeah.
From her
Well,
real feelings, right?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
it's just an example, but I feel like somebody would do those kind of things,
Yeah,
especially with
I
the girl.
never feel like somebody would,
I feel like
bro.
somebody would do it.
Mm.
Me, I don't want to lie, I would do it.
Rappers
I
will.
would do it.
Rappers will do it.
Yeah, I feel like
Not pop
people would actually do it.
R&B artists.